27-year-old Tyler Davis is accused of killing his father after being kicked out of a home in Georgia. At around 8 a.m. on the 22nd of September, the authorities responded to a home at 200 Jace Lane in Panama City Beach, Florida, on reports of a shooting. When officers arrived at the property, they discovered the unresponsive body of Julian Clifton Davis Jr., who'd been shot and was pronounced dead at the scene. Officials said evidence indicated that Julian was a victim of foul play, and the gunshot was not self-inflicted, and a homicide investigation was launched. The victim's son Tyler was identified as a suspect in the fatal shooting. The authorities were able to track him down, travelling north on the Highway 231 towards Georgia, using license plate reader technology. A female relative was the one who reportedly found Julian and called 911. The authorities said that Tyler was living in Georgia, but had been kicked out of the house, leading him to come down to Florida for a few days, and reportedly showed erratic behaviour with family members. Tyler was arrested in Georgia, and he's been charged with his father's murder, and he's awaiting extradition to Bay County. On Tuesday, 55-year-old Mark Small was arraigned on murder and criminal possession of a weapon charges in the shooting death of his 39-year-old girlfriend, Marivil Estevez, at a luxurious Mineola, New York apartment in July. The authorities said that the couple were involved in a tumultuous relationship, and she planned to end it. Marivil was killed by Mark inside her apartment at the Allure Mineola sometime during the night of the 28th of July. The authorities said that Marivil not only lived there, but also worked in management at the apartment complex located along Old Country Road. Police said Mark had full access to the apartment and was inside the residence waiting for Marivil as she came home from work, when he shot her with a handgun, once in the head and once in the torso. When Marivil failed to show up for work on the 30th of July, an employee called police to request a welfare check. When responding officers arrived at Marivil's apartment, they found her dead on her bed. Just before police arrived, Mark took off in Marivil's car, along with her dog, and got into an accident with another vehicle on the Long Island Expressway. While he was waiting for police to arrive, he looked to exit the vehicle, and as he exited, the dog jumped out. Mark went after the dog to prevent it from getting hit by a car, but as he chased it, he got hit by a car instead. He was rushed to an area hospital with bone fractures, where he was arrested by police. It's unclear what happened to the dog. Mark and Marivil dated for about 2 years. The authorities said that Mark owned a restaurant until it recently closed. Mark pleaded not guilty to all charges, and he's been held without bond. His next court appearance is on the 21st of October. The police are investigating the fatal shooting of 59-year-old Rudy Marshall. At around 5:15 p.m. on the 23rd of September, the authorities responded to the 11,000 block of US Highway 175 in Dallas, Texas, on reports of a man being shot during a road rage incident. Police said Rudy was travelling west on the left lane of the freeway, approaching Interstate 20, when an unknown motorist travelling in the same direction shot from the driver's side of a small grey car. Rudy, who was shot through the passenger side of his vehicle, stopped on the freeway and was taken to hospital where he died a short time later. No other details are available as the investigation into the matter continues. 21-year-old Jeremiah Williams is behind bars for allegedly fatally shooting pregnant woman 21-year-old Tiora Harris earlier this year. The incident occurred at around 7:30 p.m. on the 14th of April, when a shootout between two groups of people broke out in the 1400 block of Rockaway Street in Akron, Ohio. It's reported that at least 30 rounds from 3 different guns were fired. During the shooting, Tiora was inside a car riding by when she was struck in the back of the head by a bullet that went through the rear window of the car she was in. She was rushed to the hospital in a critical condition and died 4 days later. Jeremiah was allegedly the one that shot the bullet, and he was wanted by the Akron Police Department. The driver of the vehicle was uninjured in the incident. Another 19-year-old woman who was in the area was also hit by gunfire and had non-life-threatening injuries. On the afternoon of the 22nd of September, the US Marshal Services arrested Jeremiah for the fatal shooting at a home near the 1200 block of Genoa Street in Akron. In a statement, US Marshal Pete Elliott said, "Outstanding investigative work by the Akron Police Department solved the senseless and tragic act of gun violence. Today our task force took a violent man off the street and hopefully brought the family of Tiora Harris one step closer to the justice they deserve." 23-year-old Ashley Luce is behind bars after being accused of severely beating a young girl in Louisville, Kentucky. The authorities said that on the 17th of September, the girl's mother called police after she found bruising and scratches on her daughter's face and head. When she examined the girl closer, she allegedly found more injuries over her body. She said that she discovered the injuries after picking the child up at her father's house. After calling the police, she drove the child to the Norton's Children's Hospital, where the medical staff photographed a number of substantial physical injuries, including extreme dark bruising to multiple areas of her face, head, buttocks, inner thigh and torso. When asked about the injuries, the girl allegedly told investigators that her father's girlfriend Ashley beat her. She said she stayed with Ashley while her father was at work, and she was mean to her. Ashley was charged with first-degree criminal abuse of a child, and she's currently being held at the Hardin County Detention Center.